I'd like to call this meeting of the Colerain Township Board of Trustees to order. Mrs. Harlow, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Inscoe?
Aye.
Mr. Rashikopel?
Aye.
Mr. Unger?
Aye. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our agenda item is executive session. If you would, Jeff, if you would read that item, please.
Mr. President, trustees, I recommend that the board move to enter executive session in accordance with Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G1 to discuss the employment and compensation of public employees, and also in accordance with Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G8 to consider the confidential information relating to specific business strategy and economic development.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
The motion's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Negative.
Hearing none, Heather, please call for a vote.
Mr. Inscoe?
Aye.
Mr. Rashikopel?
Aye.
Mr. Unger?
Aye. The board will adjourn to executive session. When we return, there will be no action taken. I'd like to call this meeting of the Colerain Township Board of Trustees back to order. Heather, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Inscoe?
Aye.
Mr. Rashikopel?
Aye.
Mr. Unger?
Aye. Mr. Mills?
So we've returned from executive session, and there was no action that needs to be taken at this time.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Is there any items for information?
There's the board and commission application. Trustee Unger sent me a copy of Hamilton County's application and that they use to vet applicants for their boards and commissions, and I'll be handing those out to you tonight.
And it's just a draft to look at, and
Right.
we can talk about it at the next meeting.
That's right.
Okay, and that way we'd be using something that was already legally tested and the county's been using for years.
That's right.
And I think that'd probably be a good idea. Was there any other comments from the other trustees?
No.
I'd like to say something.
Okay.
Tomorrow is April 4th. 10 years ago, the unthinkable happened when we lost our 2 firefighters. So I just wanted to mention that since we're almost to tomorrow. It was a horrible, awful, terrible time for the township. But on the other hand, it was also wonderful and caring and heartwarming to see everyone come out to support our firefighters. Honestly, I can't believe it was 10 years ago, because every time I see one of our firefighters, I think of it. So it's always in our prayers.
Amen.
Thank you, Heather. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make the motion.
A second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Heather, please call for a vote.
Mr. Inscoe?
Aye.
Mr. Rashikopel?
Aye.
Mr. Unger?
Aye. This meeting of the Colerain Township Board of Trustees is adjourned.